The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. So one wife, two wife, three wife, four wife. I ain't got no wife, but let's go ahead and talk about Nick Cannon. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. Let me fix my camera real quick. Another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2, hashtag TTRD, and you know I'm your host, AT2. What's up, everybody? How everybody doing? How everybody feeling? What's up, Laugh, Gas, and Gossip? What's up, Wendy? Shout out to my mods. What's up, Wendy? What's up, So Much Dev? What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into the show. Remember, please go ahead and hit that like button. It does wonders for the algorithm. And I ain't on here just to be talking. Like, I want to make my money. So make sure y'all hit that. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You already know what it is. But what's up, everybody? All right, so let's go ahead and get into what's going on with Nick Cannon. So Nick Cannon had an interview this morning with the Breakfast Club, and he was basically talking about him having multiple children and stuff like that. We talked about it on an episode of Do You Even Care? So you guys already know briefly about the situation. He has 7 children. Recently just had 2 of the mothers of his children. One had twins and one just had one baby. They were like weeks apart. They weren't like months apart. They were like weeks apart, literally. So, Nick Cannon out here just plenishing the earth. But he did put a stop to that rumor and say that he's not actually trying to plenish the earth or anything like that. Like, he's not trying to have a whole bunch of kids and then leave them on the earth by themselves. Oh, and thank you for putting my emoji. For anybody wanted to know, anybody new to my channel, the emoji with the tongue, that's me. And then what's up, El Padilla? Thank you for checking out the show. But is it necessary to have all these children? That's a good question. I still go back on that. So, in the interview, some things that I took away, he did say that he does use condoms. Now, do we believe it? No. Allegedly. And remember, you guys, if you guys want to be text of when the next show is, remember 510-600-6676. 510-600-6676. Make sure you guys text me there to be updated on the next show. All right. And then y'all know if y'all want to donate to the show, they always say I'll be begging. And I ain't got no job. There you go, right there. All right. So anyway, moving back to what we were talking about. So he said, sometimes, when it comes to condoms, he always uses condoms. I don't want to use any of the condoms that he uses, but he does use condoms. And then when he goes into the relationship and they build up trust, he stops using condoms, which a lot of people do when they're in a relationship and stuff like that. But the thing is that he didn't answer if he's actually in a situation with these women. Like, are they in a, I think the camera going slow. Can you guys still see me? I'm sorry. Is he in a situation with these women like a polyamorous relationship? Like, he didn't really go into detail of that. He kind of just said, "Oh, the women know what it is." Okay, well, what is it? And you could say, "Oh, well, it's none of your business for him to explain his business," but his business is out there. So, basically, if you put your business out there, we got every right to comment on it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Now, let me go to Natasha. Hold on. Canada is eluding the black race like the colonizers want. You bring up a good point. I definitely thought it was very weird how he said he doesn't subscribe to the Eurocentric ideals of marriage. And I kind of got thinking, like, yo, I said it before. You know the stereotype that Africans, people of the continent of Africa, have many wives and stuff like that. We kind of throw that stereotype out there all the time about Africans. But the thing is that only 11% of sub-Saharan Africa is in. Well, let me read it exactly. Polygamy is the most often found in sub-Saharan Africa, where 11% of the population lives in arrangements that include more than one spouse. And then there's a longer definition. If you guys want to know where I got that from, I'll put the link in the description of the video. What's up, Sephora? What's up, Starfish? But only 11% of the sub-Saharan Africa is in a polyamorous relationship, or more than one, polyamory. That's not a stereotype of the whole continent of Africa. And another thing you have to take into consideration is that usually the values that people have of marriage all surround religion. So it's like a 20% to 3% ratio on the continent of Africa, um, where it's like 20% are Christian versus, no, 20% are Muslim versus 3% of Christians are in a polyamorous relationship. And usually it's more tied into the Muslim religion when it comes to the continent of Africa. Like places like in the Middle East, like Pakistan and Afghanistan and stuff like that, they typically don't have multiple wives, but it is legal there. And also, when you have a polyamorous relationship, it's usually an agreement. Like you're trying to build like a community and like a foundation. So I'm gonna just give like an example. So there's one man. So say I'm the man, and Starfish and Sephora, just because I see those two right there. Starfish and Sephora are my wives. Maybe one is taking care of a certain household, another one has another duty. My duty is to provide for the family, and that's what I do. So, everybody in a polyamorous relationship has a role or have something that they do, or they bring something to the table. In Nick Cannon's case, he's literally just having babies with these women, and it's not a thing where he's offering any stability or stability, maybe financially yes, but it's not it's not what a traditional polyamorous relationship is. uh well, can we have multiple husbands? Yes, women can have multiple husbands too. It's not just for one specific gender. Women can have multiple different husbands too as well. There's a lot of those kind of relationships. And I think it's very important, the structure of it. And then the olden terms was more like to replenish the earth and stuff like that. And then somebody might give their daughter away for a piece of property and stuff, like for land or something like that. That was kind of like the olden terms. But more common polyamorous relationships are more like each person has a role that they play. Somebody might be taking care of the home, somebody might be taking care of the kids, and then somebody else might be doing something else, and everybody's contributing to this. You're not just literally, he necessarily isn't in a polyamorous or a poly relationship at all. Like he's just literally having babies. So when he said the whole Eurocentric way of thinking, it had nothing to do with nothing. It's almost like some of these conscious people, or these quote unquote, and I hate saying this word now because everybody done took it and ran with it, with these quote unquote conscious woke people, they have this idea and to spin a narrative like, oh, well, you guys been tricked into thinking this way. You guys have been colonized into thinking that, you're supposed to have one wife and da 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 da. And it's all like, no, like nobody tricked us into having that. You should want to. And the reason why people have their certain thoughts on having either a monogamous relationship or a poly relationship is usually to do with their religion. You know, did he say intentionally had the children? No, he's not intentionally having the children. And it's funny that you brought that up, Angel, because he said, "What's up, Lachelle?" He said that with the women, he was all like, I'm not forcing them to have the children. If they want to have the children, then the woman is more in control. So he put it more on the woman. Like it's not like he's tricking them or anything like that. But if they want to have the baby, he's going to let them have the baby. That's the way he put it in a roundabout way. So basically, he's not taking accountability, and he said he's not trying to replenish the earth or anything like that. What's up, Unapologetically Curious? Thank you for checking out the show. Shout out to all my mods, too, by the way. Starfish, Wendy, Unapologetically Curious, Mina. I know Mina is probably working right now. Well, she's a robot. She doesn't work. Nick is just looking for an excuse. Foolish decisions. Don't bring us Africans in. Exactly. Right, Beth. Exactly. Like he basically tried to find an excuse for what he's doing. And it's all like, no, there's no excuse. Just say like, hey, we had sex, we ended up having a baby, and then that's it. So I have a question for you guys. Could you guys be in, I don't want to say a Nick Cannon situation, but could you guys be in a polyamorous relationship, whether you have multiple husbands, multiple wives? Like, could you be in that kind of relationship, or maybe you the one on the outskirts? I don't know. Could you be in that type of relationship? Let's go ahead and do a 30-second poll, and we'll be right back.
Monica, this is for you, baby. Miss Bojangles herself, allegedly. I know you're just an avatar, but baby, you fine as heck. Yeah, I know you're just an avatar, but baby girl, you wear real well, Monica. You are the finest, yeah. Baby girl, they pressed to find ya, yeah. You might be a Grand Theft Auto character, yeah. Monica, avatar. But baby girl, you fine as heck. Yeah, I know you just an avatar. But baby girl, you wear it well, Monica. You are the finest, yeah. Baby girl, they pressed to find ya.
And Sephora, yes, that was my proposal right there. No, I kind of thought about it. Could I be in that situation? So could I have multiple wives? I think if I do, because I don't have any kids right now, but I think if I want to have multiple children and want to build kind of like a community and like a family and stuff like that, then I could. But for now, I see myself in a monogamous relationship. Now, if I was the man and, if I was with a woman and she had multiple husbands, would I be okay with that? No, I wouldn't be okay with that. And you can say like it's being judgmental or whatever, but I would not be okay with it. But it depends on what my role was. Like if my role was like to be like I work or I do this or that, it would, I would have to know what my role would be in that scenario if I was going to be the part of the husbands and we just had one wife. I still have a thing like I don't want to share. And even in a polyamorous relationship, even if you're the man and you have multiple wives, um you're still spreading yourself, That's a very good question. You're still spreading yourself either way. But if I had multiple wives, I would think about it. If I had no, if I had multiple wives, In both scenarios, I would think about it. In both scenarios, I would think about it. I would have to feel comfortable. We'd have to do an interview process. And there's a lot of people who do this. There's even like a dating show that I've seen on Snapchat where it is a husband and a wife, and they're trying to court like another woman into their relationship. And what end up happening on the date is that they're like, we don't really like her. She wasn't for us. And so, they go through a process, and these people are looking for people in a polyamorous relationship. Let me say this, and this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it like this, because I know a lot of people, when we get on this subject, they be like, oh, no, that's wrong. Da, 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 da. If your husband or if your wife is in another relationship and you do not know about it, that is called cheating. Let me say that one more time. If your wife or husband is cheating on you and they're in another relationship, that is not a polyamorous relationship. Like a poly, they have an agreement and everybody knows about each other. Any kind of secret rendezvous or anything like that, that is just called cheating. That is not a polyamorous relationship. Ooh, so Forrest said marriage is not a project. I can see that. I can see that. Communication pose the question. Wait for the answer. People reinvent relationships. Right. Right. That's true. You're right about that. Yeah. It really all depends on the person, sir. Absolutely not. I'm not sharing my wife with another man. That is. But you never know. You never know. You might get in a situation and you might want to try it. I would say if I was approached by it, I would think about it. It would have to make business sense. Like my thing is like I can turn a whole YouTube channel about it if I was in that kind of situation. So if because the polyamorous relationships are kind of like a business. You go thinking like excuse me, because besides like somebody making the money or somebody taking care of the kids, somebody taking care of the home and stuff like that, it can also be where you have a business and you guys are helping run the business together and you're going to trust somebody. You're going to trust somebody that you're in a relationship rather than a stranger or you going out and hiring somebody outside. It can be a whole business structure. So it's a lot to it. Do you know? Yo, that would be expensive. My YouTube channel would definitely have to be growing and growing and growing for me to afford that. Dev, click the link. Let us know. Right. Did I go ahead and drop the link? I did. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link again and give you guys 30 seconds. Actually, no, I don't have to do the 30-second thing. With the situation with Nick Cannon, I think that it is selfish. I don't think that you can literally say you're a full-time dad and you have multiple different households with different women. Usually they're more closer together. I don't know where these women live, but I highly doubt these women, especially Mariah Carey. I highly doubt Mariah Carey is living in the same home or near these other women. What's up, Fields of Grace? I think it is selfish, and I don't think that's showing like a structure, a family, because would Nick Cannon be okay with his daughter being in this kind of situation? I don't think he would. If my daughter was in a situation with a man that was just having multiple kids, I would not be okay with that. I wouldn't be okay with a relative at all being in that situation. A spouse will steal your money sooner than, ooh, you think so, Natasha? Dang, I never thought about it like that, but that could be a possibility. Hopefully, you're just saying that, and that's not from personal experience. I would hate that to ever happen to you. Yeah, love and trust is rare. That's right. Yeah, I would say that you have to all be in the same home too. Yeah, you have to be in the same home because how can you literally split up your time going to, because he was talking about he goes to all the basketball games, all of this, all of that. And it's like, no, you possibly can't go to every game because something is going to be doubled up. You know what I mean? something is going to be doubled up where you can't make it, or you can't be in the delivery room for this one because you're over here, or you're working. Something is going on. You can't possibly be everywhere at one time. There's no such thing. Any working person cannot be everywhere at one time. My parents work, and I know they probably regretted missing out on some moments and stuff like that, but they had to work, you know? They can't, even though they were full-time parents, they can't say they were there 100% of the time because they had to work and they had their own life, you know? But here's my thing: as a woman, why put yourself in that situation? Don't complain later. You've seen the before. Yeah, exactly. And you know, Nick Cannon did bring up a good point. I will give Nick Cannon credit on this. Nick Cannon did say that, well, you don't see any of the women coming out complaining. And that's true. So, you know, maybe he is setting the precedence like, hey, this is a situation, this is what's going on. If this happens, then, you know, I got you, I'll take care of you. So you never know. The women don't seem to complain. Now, I know Mariah Carey can't possibly be okay with it. Now, I know that one probably not, but the other women, possibly they could be okay with it. Right. You're right about that. That's what I was just thinking. He has 8 kids, right? Seven. He has 7 kids. Would this be considered child abuse because you are leaving the kids fatherless? Oh, no. I wouldn't, because, you know, absentee father, we wouldn't consider that abusive. So no, I don't think that would be considered in the same category. But it does make you think. I would have to ask the psychologist. Stealing spouse business partners are happened to my mother and uncle, grandmother. Man, dang. And I had a boyfriend try to steal my military. Ooh. Well, I'm glad you got rid of. Hopefully that's an ex. Hopefully that's an ex boyfriend trying to steal your money. That's not right. Yeah, he did say he likes children. Yeah. Or he likes being a father. So he did say that. Yeah. But all right, y'all. That was just my takeaways from the Breakfast Club interview. They did talk about Wildin' Out, which I will still support the show. Especially he got to afford all these kids. I will still support the show. Talked about how Kevin Hart and him been doing the pranks, and Kevin Hart gave his phone number out to on the billboard, and everybody still call. He hasn't changed the number. I don't know why you wouldn't change the number, but you know, I thought that was funny too. It was overall it was a good interview, but I wanted to bring up just that point, and maybe it has y'all thinking if y'all can be in a polyamorous relationship or some kind of arrangement. I don't, like I said, this is necessarily a poly relationship, but it's something like it, almost not really. Something like it, almost not really. But thank you guys for checking out the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button. It does wonders for the algorithm. Thank y'all for checking out the show. Deuces, y'all.